If you want to critique something, then critique it from a basis of facts, not because, oh, I heard. No, Negro, stop with I heard. The gossip is a god to a lot of people. Go study it so that way you can actually debate it from, I studied this and this is where I found this. Cool, go do that. And I'm not talking about from the internet. I've actually read the books physically.
Brother Rizza, man.
And that's what I'm saying. So again, there are people who use that same way as we use the Quran, same way we use the Bible, we use historical books or whatever. If it works for you, it works for you.
A lot of people have such a big issue with you in Scientology. Like, what's the big issue?
Well, I've seen people have an issue. They were just questioning, why did I study? I'd be laughing like, wow.
Drugs, UFOs.
Christianity conquered the planet. Using a sword in a white man's image. That I could read the Bible and the majority of you are cool with that. See, I don't like that. My deal is go and study something. If anything that's in it helps you, cool. Many of us went to college or just high school and had white teachers. Did you argue with your white teacher every day? Let me ask you that. I just want to know this real quick because a lot of you got degrees. I don't have one, but you got degrees from a white man's university. And you do not argue about that. I got my degree, brother, because of what? What justification can you use? See, I don't study things and say, well, I did it because, no, I just studied it. And that's very simple as a researcher. And I'm going to study everything. I say it this way. The Amos was far Khan, Muhammad says that we are to master the science of everything and study everything, especially if it's in our community. If our people have something like that in our community, at bare minimum, it's my duty to investigate what the hell is that in my community.
I can relate. I read a broad range of things, even religious texts I don't believe in, but I do read, right? Mm-hmm. But what I notice is that, like, I'll use Christianity, for example. Most Christians have never read the Bible.
That's true.
Their only exposure to the Bible is what the pastor says.
Yes.
Or Psalms. And that's like the famous book in the Bible for Psalms and Proverbs. We're like, stop.
Yes.
But like, most people don't study what they proclaim to believe in, or even argue with you about and defend. They don't clearly understand it. So I just think it's just a cultural thing where people don't study.
No, that's a fact. Again, remember this again. Let's go back to the epigenetics. Reading cost us our life. If we were caught reading a book, we would die. That's normally how it went. Foot chopped off, tongue cut out, something. So when the other slaves saw that, or our people saw that, they would equate reading or intelligence or knowledge with death, harm, pain. Okay, don't read, don't study. Good. Don't read, don't study. But I'm going to criticize all of those that do read and study. Hold on, bro. Just wait a minute here. I'm going to read any and everything. I've had a conversation with Klansmen. Do you want to be a Klansman? No. Know your enemy. See, most of our people are not willing to really have that smoke like they have for one another. If you want to say, I don't trust this system, justify it then. Find out why. Have you studied foreign policy? Do you know what government is? Do you know how many congressmen there are? Do you know the Congress representative of your state? Do you know what a mayor is? Do you have any idea who any of these people are in any type of capacity in politics, in religion, anywhere? Learn. My goal is, brother, I'm going to continue studying any and everything without it being my religion. It's very simple. I wear the suit. This is an Italian-made suit. I'm not Italian. It's very simple. You see what I'm saying? But again, I'm not going to push anything that's not my religion. My religion is Islam. I'm a nation of Islam. That's just what it is. But I definitely am going to study everything because I have to master the knowledge of all this stuff. I have to. And not only that, but I need to be able to converse with my people in every area. A lot of our people are Christians. I got to know the Bible. A lot of my Muslims, I got to know the Holy Quran. You got some black folks in Scientology. All right, I got to learn that. At least to talk your language. Committed brothers in the Moorish Science Temple. I got to learn about that. Hebrew Israelites, I got to learn about that. Sorry, but I'm not going to be in no damn little box because a person is afraid because they heard somebody say this. You can keep hearing people on YouTube. YouTube wasn't made by a black man, but you usually. So come on, man.
What advice would you give to people who struggle with criticism?
Focus on your work. One reason why people are so affected by critics, one is because you're not certain about the mission you're on, bro. You're not certain about what you're really doing.
Listen, can I just stop it?
Go ahead, please.
Me and Mike Bridge, we have a podcast called Bald Head in the Dread, right? And we speak about that. And like what I've experienced in my life Christians who are uncertain about their faith are the most rowdy people, bro.
Yes.
They just fly off the handle because one, they can't defend it.
No.
And now I'm shaking their little, their shaky table because it's like they truly don't believe. But I've had long conversations, no arguing, with people who truly believe.
Yes.
And we can have an intellectual conversation back and forth with no emotion and no excitement. So you really expose yourself when you get excited about certain things. But continue. That's
Yes.
a brilliant statement.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Just the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, he said a wise man respects his critics.
What advice would you give to people who struggle with criticism?
Focus on your work. One reason why people are so affected by critics, one is because you're not certain about the mission you're on, bro. You're not certain about what you're really doing.
Listen, can I just stop it?
Go ahead, please.
Me and Ryan Bridger, we have a podcast called Bald Headed and Dread, right? And we speak about that. And like what I've experienced in my life, Christians who are uncertain about their faith are the most rowdy people, bro.
Yes.
They just fly off the handle because one, they can't defend it.
No.
And now I'm shaking their little, their shaky table because it's like they truly don't believe. But I've had long conversations, no arguing, with people who truly believe.
Yes.
And we can have an intellectual conversation back and forth with no emotion and no excitement. So you really expose yourself when you get excited about certain things. But continue. That's a brilliant statement.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Just the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, he said a wise man respects his critics because critics quite often will be more honest with you than your best friend. They'll tell you the things that you don't want to hear. They'll tell you there's a bug in your nose. Your friend says you all good. They'll tell you your damn jacket is wrinkled. Your best friend, no, man, you all good. No. Your critics are going to tell you some things that maybe you need to look into, because if you are kind of halfway on some things, you're not too good over here. Don't you want somebody to tell you that so that you can sharpen up on it, tighten up on it? I appreciate my critics, because the one thing is, you're not going to outwork me. Just get out and do the work. I let my work speak. I don't need to argue with anyone. Now, those who I do have smoke for, those who I will debate, those who I will come at when it comes to anything dealing with this, are those who represent this enemy, who push agendas and things that destroy our people, that bring our people down, that bring our people to a level of destruction. Those are the ones I got smoke for. Our people, I have nothing but love for, including the ignorance. And I do appreciate all of you, especially if you ever pull up to any event in person. I will lovingly hug you, embrace you. Don't ever try to run up to do anything stupid, because you will get that love too. In a loving way.
The second part was like in preparation for the interview. Obviously, I watched the interview. I saw some debates. I don't know why you did them. Me personally, I thought they were kind of pointless. But I saw one. I won't mention the person's name, but I was appreciative and impressed by the poise you had and the comments you had when the person was being very disrespectful. And I think it was great for the brothers to see that you don't have to get rowdy because another person's getting rowdy, and you don't have to get disrespectful or use profanity. So I thought that was a great demonstration. There's a gentleman I used to work with at the school, and I saw him demonstrate this when a student was going bananas. I had to tell him after, bro, like, I have a lot of patience, but the way they were conducting themselves, bro, they would have ran out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I always tell the brothers that I'm impressed with, like, that display of patience when people are out of hand.
I just said this way, brother. A person, if you can be controlled by the words of a person, you become a slave. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan said that self-mastery is the most difficult task. The master of self. This is a hard thing to do. It's easy to attack people, go off and on, but it's very hard to control your mouth, control your anger, your emotions, control your thoughts. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're being attacked from all sides. I've been attacked by heavily. In certain instances, I received the vast majority of love from our people. I say there's probably like a 0.5%, who criticize me. But even they have learned to respect me. With my case recently being dismissed, for example, a lot of people were running with the accusation. I received 6 plea deal offers. I was fighting this case for 10 years. I turned down every plea deal because I will never agree to say I'm guilty of something that I did not do. And the court finally agreed and buckled because I said, no, I didn't do this. And they said, we don't have the evidence to move forward in case it's dismissed.
Real quick, how much was the money they claimed was received?
Oh yeah, they were saying something about $3 or $4 million. Something. It wasn't little with me. It was a whole group of people.
No, I understand, but like, what was the case? Do you believe your presence on social media played the role in the case being spread out so long?
My case,
like 8 years.
Yeah, I was supposed to be taken off the case 7 years ago. My first attorney told me that they weren't taking off the case, but they Googled me. Goddamn Google. They Googled me, and they said, "Oh, he's a little out there. He's doing a lot more than we thought." So they brought us to the higher floor. We were on a floor that was much lower, not a high priority floor, nothing like that. They brought us up to the 9th floor in LA. Anybody who knows that floor in the court in downtown LA, that's the same floor where Harvey Weinstein's case was just tried. Same floor, same courtrooms where Tory Lanez's case just happened. Same floor, same courtrooms where the killer of Nipsey Hussle was. As a matter of fact, the same judge who handled my case is the one who handled, tried, and convicted the killer of Nipsey Hussle, and it was right next door to the courtroom of O.J. Simpson. They brought in the media at that time because that's where the media goes. And then they started trying to drum up this whole story and brought in Channel 7 and all of that. That never happened before. Before that, it was just they were going to take me off the case because there was a group of people who were all working at the same organization. And so they said there's no evidence that he did anything dealing with none of this. So we're going to take him off the case. That was it. But after that, they said, no, we're going to keep him on, make it bigger because he's a social media influencer is what they said. He has a social presence. And then they tried to make it big, bring in religious groups and ties. And I mean, they really tried to create this big thing, bro. It was
how much time were they trying to give you?
Oh, I've been, like I said, 6 plea deal offers. First time that they offered was, they said, if you're found guilty, you'll get, I think it was 5 years, 4 to 5 years, something like that. And, when you get out, whatever. And then plea deal offer, they said, well, 2 years and 1,000 hours and I think a year and a half probation, something like that. Then third plea deal went down, fourth plea deal went down to a year. Fifth plea deal went down to, half a year, felony on your record. They just kept, I said, no, every time I was like, no, because again, you got to be certain. I did not do what you accused me of. So the burden of proof is on the state. You have to prove this. So they just kept going. And for the last plea deal, they said, look, no jail time, all right? You're not going to go to jail. Just accept the plea. And no jail, but you will have a felony on your record. After 1 year, you can come back, we'll expunge and bring it down to a misdemeanor, and that'll be it. My attorney, my private attorney who I hired, Jeremy Mitchell-Mark of a Celia law firm, he said, I didn't even tell you about it, because I know we're not taking that. We're going to take them to task. We went to that courtroom the first day that was supposed to be the trial date. Channel 7 didn't even show up because they knew it was about to go down. We got it from that judge, and the prosecutor said, Your Honor, we don't have evidence to move forward. It's been nearly 10 years, and you don't have evidence to prove this man guilty of what you have been bad. You've been going off in the media about me, and you don't have any proof of what you're saying. That judge said, case dismissed in 5 minutes. You ain't heard nobody who was talking about me. Lying, that whole accusation. Nobody's back on social media saying, you know what? We've been pushing that lying accusation, but case was dismissed. Congratulations. They're all quiet.
And like, bro, what's the lawyer fees on those? Are pro bono or
no, it was not.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wish it were pro bono. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to the people, because although I got a few people privately who helped, because with my money I had to bleed my accounts dry, bro.
Yeah.
I went completely broke to pay for my lawyer fees. The people, I had to reach out for support from the people, and the people. This is why I will never abandon our people. Ever. I will never abandon our people because the people have been there for me. They helped to pay for the last amount of the lawyer fees, but it was over 20 grand easy for the lawyer fees. And I was able to pay my lawyer in full. This whole team shut down they shut down everything just to address my case because he said, no, he said, I cannot allow this to happen. You are a good brother. We've known you for years. You've been seeing the work you've been doing for years. So we have to do this. But again, they have to live too. So, but we had to come up with that money. We did. And again, shout out to the people. My love is for y'all, and I will continue to do the work that I can to help y'all.
Farrakhan gave you any advice on the case?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as he always has given this advice on all this. But throughout the years, yes. Saw this counsel, and we believe in Allah, bro. I believe in God so deeply that even if I did go to jail, I'd be okay with it because I truly believe that it's in Allah's plan. We plan and Allah plans, and we believe Allah's best plan is if that's what He wanted me to do, then I will do that. But He saw fit. No, our brother didn't do that, so you will not be going to jail.
Did you ever read a book called God and His Bankers by Gerald Posner?
I've heard of it. I have not read it.
Bugged out book. Or anyone watching this, please read the book. I wanted to ask, does the Vatican still hold the same power it did in the 19th and 20th century?
I would say a whole similar power. It may not hold the same exact level of influence. Not publicly. I say it that way, not publicly. Financially, yes. When it comes to certain policies, when it comes to certain leadership, Vatican is still it's its own entity. So people need to know about the Vatican. So you need to know about Vatican as an entity, Vatican as it pertains to how it influences banking, Vatican as it pertains to how it influences relations, it pertains to its religious, powerhouse when it comes to the actual Pope and all that. So it still has major influential power over world leadership in particular. The people, for the most part, in this generation, they ain't think about no Vatican, stuff like that. But it does have a level of influence. They still have a lot of our artifacts. They still have a lot of influence over the property, bro. Lots of property, yeah. Indigenous property. I mean, man, I'm looking at these people. I'm thinking, okay, so the Queen of England. I'm thinking of France. I'm thinking of Germany. I'm thinking of all of the colonial powers. The Vatican. The Pope of Rome. Not only the apology, because we appreciate the apology by the Pope. The recent one, I believe he apologized for the last 2,000 years of what the Catholic Church has done to the indigenous people. That sounds nice. Great apology. Now, give back the money, the rights to the indigenous land, acknowledge the negatives that you have dealt when it comes to the transatlantic slave trade, the negatives when it comes to the colonization of Africa, the negatives as it pertains to your influence over the indigenous lands and the native reservations in America. Okay, all of that, the papal bulls that you put down, the official edicts and directives to go and conquer those who are what you refer to as savages, because savages technically can't own land because they're not technically classified as human beings. So the papal bulls that came from the popes, you have to rescind all of that and then look at the damage it caused, estimate it, give the money back, the land back, everything. See, that's a full apology, but just that all, please forgive us. No, sir. Sounds nice, but give it all back. Same thing with England. They all have to. They all have to.
I don't think people understand the history of England. That's why they got this infatuation with the Queen.
Yes, but
I wanted to say
she's stealing a lot of the money too.
Last thing.
I forgot about all that shit. I was
what the heck is in the Vatican libraries, and do you think that it will ever become available to the public?
The Vatican libraries, with the 6 to 8 miles, I believe, roughly of storage space underneath.
That's crazy, bro.
6 to 8 miles. Don't say that lightly. Like, okay, miles of storage space. Everything from the Black Madonna, which we know that's been public, but a lot of the gold, a lot of the original artifacts, a lot of the books that they took from Africa. They didn't just burn down all of the libraries. They stole a lot of that because they had to figure out, how did these people who we call savages construct these buildings? How did they construct all of this? We had high scientific artifacts and structures all throughout Africa. They did not find us swinging in the trees with bones on our noses like they told the world they did. They were trying to figure out, how in the hell did these people build this? Take those books, as many as we can carry now, burn the rest so that they can't recover them, and we're going to study them. So a lot of that is a large amount of historical things that they have there. And they still have that influence, which is why you can't just go there and gain access. There have been people who tried to say, hey, I just want to go downstairs and see what's under there. And they're like, no, you can't have access to that. You can't go there. I believe at a certain point, it will be the children of the cardinals, the children of the Pope, the children of the bloodline, who are, because of their multicultural appeal, because of their Black friends, their indigenous friends, who they are saying in regards to them and their family and what we have done, we have to make this right. And they're going to make it public. They're going to give back at least a good percentage. I believe it's going to come through the younger generation, not the older ones, because the younger generation right now, they are more connected to other people. So I believe at a certain point it will, the balance is going to happen. God is going to make it right. The first, those who were last will be first. It's very simple. It's going to go back to the way it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I'm talking. Hey, that was Rizza Islam. Let me take some of this out. And yeah. There we go. Check. All right. And I'm playing a couple of speeches, you know what I'm saying? One coming up is Brother Yaki. You know what I'm saying? This is called Awaken on Curing Disease Naturally in the Collapse of So-Called Society. Right here live, man. This man, PE smells so good. Call me Professional Entertainer smells so good. AKA DJ smells so good. Regular Game Radio. Check out WDGE Radio.space. And come hit me up at What Smells So Good LLC. And I get incense, body oils, lotions, soaps, all kind of holistic items you may be in need of.
You're listening to Big Bags with Big Bank and DJ Scream. Live from the Trap Music Museum, Big Bank, Baby J, DJ Scream team, Big Facts welcomes today. Yaki Awaken pulling up the Big Facts. What's up? What's up, my brother? What's up? You good? Everything good?
Peace to the goddesses, peace to the gods, man. I'm feeling amazing, man. I can't complain, feeling real good. I appreciate y'all having me on it.
So give yourself a proper introduction. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, a lot of people are calling you like the new Dr. CB. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are making some comparisons in that fashion or whatever the case may be, but I want you to give a proper introduction of who you are and what you represent.
All right, well, my real name is Yakai Rafa Elohim. Everybody call me Yaki Awaken. I am a master herbalist and I am a certified biochemist. I've been doing this healing work for a good 13 years now, and it started from me actually healing myself of what they would call so-called incurable diseases. Mm-hmm. So I had diabetes, I had scar tissue on my heart. I actually suffered from a heart attack at the age of 21. My kidneys was failing, and I had a bunch of fluid built up on my kidneys and my heart as well. I had bad eczema. I had word they call it vitiligo. You basically have these white patches on your skin, the usual, the whole nine that you usually suffer from when you grow up in the black community, not knowing what foods is, not knowing what to drink, what to eat, you know, and I ended up healing myself, bro.
Was that particularly just diet, you think, that led you to that space, or was it like diet, stress,
it was just the whole
trauma as a whole
environmental factor as well? When you look inside the black community and you see, you know, who is building these institutes and actually building the environment that we're going in, it's all to go against us. You know, there's a liquor store on every corner in the neighborhood. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Grew up there, still stay there to this very day. But, you know, there's an actual liquor store on every corner in St. Louis. You got drug dealers all around in the neighborhood. Of course, you got your regular violent black on black crime, hip hop music. I mean, just anything you can think about that's a part of the culture that we praise and that we champion today is what I grew up in. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I grew up thinking, you know, selling dope was cool. I grew up thinking, you know, bringing home to your brother was cool. Eating all the bad food was cool, because these are things that was praised in the community. Mm-hmm. And once you start living a life of toxicity like that, and you're not slowing down, and you drinking, you smoking, you running around with the gang every day, you get into recreational drugs, and then you eating these bad foods, they accumulate in the body. So, man, one day it caught up with me, man. I thought I had bad digestion. I'm like, man, my heart, man, it's heartburn, because I suffer from heartburn too. Mm-hmm. And man, it just didn't feel like it usually felt, man. I went down, ended up calling the ambulance. Ambulance came and got me, took me to the hospital. They hooked me up into something called an EGK. Mm-hmm. They're like, man, you actively having a heart attack. And I'm like, I'm 21. It's impossible to be this young. That's what they teach us. Mm-hmm. You know, they teach you that you can't have heart disease if you're a certain age. That's, you know, that's what they pushing, the narrative they pushing. Man, I was 21 having an active heart attack like I was 65 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, the doctor told me, like, this your last time. You know, if you do this again, you might not make it. Man, I ended up going home, sitting down. I was crying because I had high blood pressure. I had bad hypertension. Mm-hmm. My blood pressure literally used to be 227 over 101. Wow. Check out. You know what I'm saying? Man, seriously. Yeah. So they had me on high blood pressure medication, but you know, I'm young. I still like to have sex and everything. My dick couldn't get hard. I had erectile dysfunction from the medicine that I was taking at 21 from the medicine. That's cool. So I was super messed up and congested, man. So I was just done after that heart attack, and after looking into that doctor's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And he just, I don't know, man. I'd have been shot. I've been stabbed. I got metal from here to here. Like I done really been in the streets. Like when I say I'm from the streets of St. Louis, we really from that. You know what I'm saying? And did nothing ever scare me until that particular day, man. That doctor looked me in my soul. Nobody ever like looked me in my soul. He like, man, you do this again, you might not be here. Man, I got home, man, I was just done. I'm like, man, I'm done. I can't take no more medicine. They try to give me all these ibuprofens and you take an aspirin every day for the rest of your life, but this won't happen again. I'm like, man, I can't keep going through this. I'm 21. So I ended up going home and sitting down. And when I sat down, I had all my medicines on my table. I kicked the shit over. I'm like, I'm done with this. And I'm like, dang, what I'm gonna do? Because in order to get over what I'm going through, they offering me more medicines. So something just gave me the idea to get on YouTube. YouTube is just starting to kick off for real. I got on there and I typed in natural ways to heal erectile dysfunction. I'm a 21-year-old man. I like to hump too. So that's the main thing I'm really thinking about. I'm like, how do I get rid of this now?
My dick back.
Yeah, I mean, my dick back work. So we can speak like that on here. Cool. I'm like, man, my dick can't get hard. So I'm like, man, I need, you know what I'm saying? The thing I'm really focused on is get my dick back hard. So I Googled natural remedies for erectile dysfunction. This Caucasian white man that ended up popping up. And I really couldn't resonate with what he was saying, but YouTube had just came out with this suggestion where after the first video go out, it suggests another one. Guess who pop up? You got this tall, skinny man with a gray beard and a bald head. And he's talking, I'm Dr. Savy. I done healed sickle cell anemia, leukemia, HIV, lupus. He going through all these things. I'm growing up in a community that's been structured by another people that's benefited off of us, so they're not going to tell us anything to liberate us. So through my
Brother Yaki, man.
I say, is this nigga right?
Y'all look him up, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a clean version of it.
Dr. Savy, man, and it resonated with my spirit. Me, I got an addicted person
right now,
so I ended up watching it for like
play something else.
Straight. Real probably 72 hours. By the time I got done watching him,
we're gonna put some more education. It's all about education, man. Got some more educational videos coming up.
That's certain things, you know, I ain't gonna play out to the public, you know what I'm saying? Certain words, you know, they have power. But his message, you know what I'm saying? You also go and check out. Check out Dr. Yaki, man. Well, not Dr. Yaki, but Brother Yaki. Y-A-H-K-I, you know what I'm saying? Yaki Awakening. And you got a lot of good commentary out there on all over social media. This is Grace's Poem. You can check it out on YouTube. Put a lot of good little bobs, I guess. There's a lot of good beats, and then there's all kind of education, a little bit of phonic pronunciation, affirmations, you know, respect your parents, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let's check it out. Grace's Poem. You said umbrella. He says volcano. You says zebra. What sound does that letter make? What sound does that letter make? Make it sound out, yeah, you heard. Put the sounds together, now we're reading words. Yeah, what sound does that letter make? Thanks for singing and dancing with me. If you had fun, please click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you like free learning activities and Gracie's Corner merch, check out our website, www.graciescornertv.com. Thanks again for the support. Alright, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Yo, check out www.radio.space. Once again, we don't own the rights to any other music being played or the content, only for educational purposes. But that's what we're here to do. One time for Rudy's Time, the movement. You already know what time it is. Shout out to the Dirty Twins out there. DJ Party Shop, DJ Party Time, this time new. Red Shade, Ball, Computer Play, Nine, Triple A. All the people, man, you know what I'm saying, out there. I love all y'all. And going down, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to keep on with you, man. Shelly K and Rita Shell. You know what I'm saying? And going down, man. Y'all see me another episode. We're gonna be live one more day out here, you know what I'm saying? Live before Hillsborough. And we're gonna be moving locations. That's what we do remote. All right, Record Game Radio, you know what I'm saying? Record Game Entertainment. What's else to the LLC? You ever see me in the streets, please check me out. I have everything on deck. Incense, body oil, lotion, soap, boo-boo dresses, shea butter, car fresheners, a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? All holistic items, good for your soul. That's how we do it, you already know. Reggae flavor to take about show, that's how I do it, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to let me hear it. All right, happy to be out of here.